This is the continuation of Am I the Asshole? My mother in law has no stable place to go. My wife says it's my fault. So let's get into the edit. And if for those that didn't see the first video, just kind of as a brush over, the mother in law is bouncing around between different places due to falling out with each of the family members in which she tries to stay with. OP's wife has given an ultimatum that the mother in law must move in with them with no end date in sight, or she's moving out and leaving the relationship. Okay. So here's an edit from OP. A thanks in advance to anyone who gives their input. I'm really at my wit's end. I told my wife I would not be able to mentally handle this and would have to move out if she unilaterally moves her mom in. She communicated she is okay with that if it means her mom doesn't have to sleep in the car. She's already picked, dude. She's already picked. Update. So I'm sitting in my car mulling over my next move. I get a text from my wife that mother-in-law did not sleep in the car last night and was in fact at my sister-in-law's place. Imagine that. But the damage is still done. My wife now resents me for making her feel that she was forced to leave her mother to the wind and sleep in her car that she didn't sleep in, just saying. The emotional pull that happens at the drop of a hat is so unhealthy. I really want my family to stay together, but from what I think I'm observing, there's some strange codependency going on here. Her text says she's back at sister-in-law's name. Slept there last night, so you can continue to keep yourself at the forefront of your mind. Next update. My head hurts like crazy. I'm still trying to figure out what to move because all of it feels so surreal. I'm honestly scared of what's next because it feels like my life is going to be so freaking different. Separated, divorced, custody talks. I hardly ever cry, like ever. Tears just keep finding its way out when I come back to this spot. When I look at my kid, I get emotional. I'm only updating with mother-in-law. She's in her 40s because many have pointed out that it's crucial information to the situation. We'll be back with another update soon. Next update. We had an emergency meeting for couples therapy. We laid out what the situation was and what our differences were with how to handle the situation. Therapist said I was reaching for saying that my mental health could be affected negatively by bringing mother-in-law in. That we should short-term make sure mother-in-law has a safe place to live, our 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and that long-term a better plan could be made. I am going to just tell you right now, I think you have a bad therapist. I absolutely think you have a bad therapist because although some of the things that you listed are not things like the sniffling, okay, there's some things you probably can't control, right? I can see those as irritants. But overall, she has chaos as a life and she cannot make it work no matter where she's at. And these people keep kicking her out. So why does that make it your problem? So I'm going to tell you, I think you have a therapist problem because they are not hearing you. When you tell somebody that you feel like it could have a negative effect on your mental health and the therapist just says you're reaching, if what you've presented here is the case. Let's see. I flat out said I disagreed and that I felt it was unfortunate and frustrating that me saying my mental health being affected negatively was a reach or just hypothetical. Therapist also said that it is also my right to decide to pick not being a part of the situation as a choice, but that would speak volumes. I honestly didn't like how therapy went. I felt the therapist is consistently watering down my concerns and validating my wife's irrational concern. I was framed as looking out for just myself. I made a point to push back, saying that I'm actually looking out for my immediate family by attempting to stop a dysfunctional cycle. Fucking hell. That is the last update that we get on this. And here's what I'm going to tell you. OP, you're actually right in this situation. You gave very rational reasons. Now, she's already stayed with you previously, and we know that that didn't work out well. She ended up having to go to her sister's. Then from the sisters, she ends up back at sister-in-law's. Her chaos is not your problem, but your wife is definitely the problem. One, I think you should be looking at getting a different therapist because I do not feel like your therapist sounds like they're being impartial. I just don't. Number two, the fact that this woman like crosses over into when you guys are trying to parent, where is she sleeping? Is she sleeping in your living room? Like you have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. You have your master bedroom and you have the bedroom for your child. So is your child being displaced out of his room for her? The fact that your wife is saying, well, if you were to do this, then I'd just take my half of the rent and go get a place. Call her bluff. Let her abandon your home to go get a place with her mom that you and I both know probably won't last more than a month or two. But by then the damage is already done. Your wife is trying to hold you responsible for her mother's actions. It's not the way that works. Sorry, it's just not.